Everyone, and welcome back to WAW Bandai Figures and Review. Today we are going to be looking at a little bit older kit from 2009, and we are going to be looking at the Gundam Unicorn. And this is the Gundam Unicorn RX-0, or in the destroyer mode, I should say. And look at this box art. This is a really nice looking kit. This is the high grade. So again, it's going to be fairly simple for putting together, but this is an overall going to be a very fun kit to dive into. And this is part of a 3 series, which I will do the other 2, which is the Unicorn Banshee and Fennex from the alternative. So those will be the next kits after this particular one, but look how gorgeous this box art is. And we have it in what is called the destroyer mode, which is the reason why it has the red paint scheme on here. This is the full psycho frame prototype version of this. There is a closed version which has more of a point. If I can find that one, I might do a review over it, but this is basically the transformed version. So let us take a look at the side. As we can see, there is a good front and back view of the figure itself, so that is really cool that it gives us that. Unfortunately, it does give us the stats and all that, but only in Japanese. Again, this particular kit, maybe being a reissue, this still is one of the older kits, so a lot of the translations are not done. So again, we can see on here where we have a variety of different posability for this kit. So yeah, this is looking really nice. So let us roll opening and let us take a look at the Gundam Unicorn 144 scale high grade full psycho frame destroyer mode. Alright, we are looking at the top of the box for the RX-0 Unicorn Gundam Destroyer mode. So again, this is a beautiful art depiction. This is a model from 2009, as we can see on here. It gives us a manufacturing date. So yeah, this came out in 2009, if you can see that right there. But since it has the blue logo, this is not an original. This is a reissue or a remolding of the 2009 model. So again, this is the high grade. So this is going to be a fairly simple model to actually build. So let's open this up and take a look on the inside. First, let's take a look at the instruction manual that we have here. As we can see from the instruction manual, it is really nice. It gives us a nice depiction of the model itself in its final production, or when it's fully put together. So let's open up this, but real quick, let's take a look at the back of the instruction manual just to get this side taken care of. We have a front and back view of this. So, and we have a cool dynamic art depiction of the model in a battle scene with its blaster and its destroyer mode that is activated. And then we have several details about articulation, how the parts will move, and we also have here a color guide for all of our model colors. Again, you could use Gundam markers or standard paints. I would definitely recommend for the iconic yellow V shape for the Gundam to use a possibly a gold or a yellow color. So we'll get to that and see if this part is fully white or if it is yellow. So looking into the instruction manual, we can see another cool action pose for this. Again, I wish this was in English. This shows, unlike the newer model kits, this is still in Japanese. With them being reissue or the same kind of instruction manual, it kind of sucks because I would love to know what all the details that this was talking about. And even gives us a brief synopsis of both the main pilot and the princess from the Unicorn series, and it has a nice little cool poster of what it looked like, what the Unicorn looks like in its non-destroyer mode, or its non-activation mode. Again, so when this is on the center line, we actually start seeing more of the final assembly for the blaster, the shield, and how the leg assembly is. So if we fully open this up, we can see that we have our part sheets, and there are only 6 runners on this kit, so it's not going to be too complicated. Again, it goes step 1, 2, 3, and so on. If you do enough plastic models, this becomes like second nature on how to decipher this, because this can look very intimidating for someone just starting out. But overall, it does give us a nice step-by-step in quadrant of what part goes where, and possibly colors. So it does give you numbers, so that kind of helps you out with coloration of what it needs to be. And then you have solid like numbers with circles in them. That's giving you more of like what the part number is. So again, this looks fairly well. It looks very easy, going step by step for the construction process of this. So that is the instruction manual for the Gundam Unicorn. So let's take a look at the model itself. To save time and effort, I already have the parts opened. So let us just take a look at the runners. Let's start with runner C. This is primarily going to be a lot of the white parts, such as the shoulders, leg, side of the leg armor, a lot of the side armors, parts of the shield that we'll have, and various other joints, parts for the arms, legs, jet nozzles for the back of the leg, and a whole bunch of other more external armor parts is what we're going to get. And since these are duplicate parts, it's basically makes it really easy left, right. So you could probably work in tandem by cutting out each section that you need to start building the legs, arms, and torso. But this looks like it's more towards the arms and legs portion of the unit, so, and sides. So let's take a look at the other portion of the runner. Next, we have what we have for the activation that really makes this kit stand out for its destroyer mode is the red translucent plastic here. So this is really nice. This is runner E. And so the parts that we have here is the activation, or the red, for the shield, and various other activations for the chest unit, legs, hips, thighs, and then the chest. We have for the backpack as well, and for around the hip, front of the hip, and various other places, such as the arms and legs. And this basically gives you a really nice light activated kind of thing. I've seen so many people put LED lights in this. I haven't tried that just yet, especially with 1/44 scale. It is super tiny, so you would need really tiny LED lights to make this shine, and it probably won't have as much posability afterwards. So you better pick a pose, because you're probably going to end up having to glue a lot of stuff into place to make sure the wiring is good. But that's going to be for another project for build tutorials and stuff like that. So look forward to those kinds of videos. But again, it's really well done. It's not flimsy, it's hard plastic, and it's really nice and shiny. The only thing I would recommend is possibly just shooting this with a clear red, just to seal it in, just in case if you want to do any weathering, that it can actually stick onto, and possibly give this a nicer sheen to it, to help get rid of a lot of the aftermarket molding that usually you see with molding with plastic models. So let's move on to the next runner, and we have the runner D, and this is basically the blaster, the feet, and the jet nozzles, and a few other joint pieces. So as we can see, the blaster itself is in two pieces, so it's a front and back, and this is the part that I kind of don't like about high grades, is the lack of detail that they actually give you. For instance, you can kind of see that here's the clip that you get extra, but you also end up, you can see how it's actually molded together for that. You would actually have to physically paint that to get it to show accurate, or if you just don't want to, you could just paint this like a gunmetal and call it a day. So we also have the feet, the bottom of the feet for this unit, and we also have the blaster with two different types of nozzles that we can have. So that's kind of cool how they give you that kind of option to make a short or longer barrel. I'll probably go with the longer barrel because I just like bigger guns. Alright, moving on to the next runner that we have here. And this is where we're going to come across more of our more multicolored portions of this. Most of it, this is going to be gray, so this is going to be a lot more of the armor, joints, and such on for this unit. So let's take a look. So we actually have the destroyer mode activation for its head unit, which is another nice reddish transparent plastic. Then we have various other parts such as the hands, which it gives us the option of, I believe, 2 hands, 3 actually. So that's actually kind of cool. It gives us 3 options, and I believe one is to hold the blaster, while the other 2 are to hold like beam sabers and the shield. We have various other clamps that release for its activation, and more jet nozzles, hip units, various joints, and the portion for the shield. This is the part where I'm a little disappointed that they could have made this piece white, and this would have saved so much trouble for a lot of people, because trying to paint white is a royal pain, because this side of the model for this V needs to be white. So that's going to be a very tough thing to do. So I would highly recommend primering this and then painting it, unless you have Gundam markers and been very carefully paint the white on this edge. Then we also have the gauntlet and a few other things to hold the shield. Moving on to the last portion of this, which I saved for last, and this is where we have the front and back, or I should say front and back, for the backpack unit for its activation. We also have a side piece as well for, I believe this is also for its backpack. Then we have its feet and heels for this. So again, really nice. Again, this is a high grade, so not too much overly detailed, just enough to make it look really nice. You can do a lot more to make this look show ready. Moving on to the last white portion for our runner. We have the front and sides for the chest units, several panels and pieces for the activation for its destroyer mode, or its activated form, or its psycho frame form. So we have a front and back. We have the side front armor piece. We have the back armor where we have jet nozzles. Then we have portions for our legs, arms, and various other pieces. We have our beam sabers. We have 4 beam sabers, so 2 go onto the backpack, while 2 go into like the gauntlet on the inside for the Gundam Unicorn that can flip out. Then we have various pieces for our head. So we have a few pieces for the head crown. And then we also have pieces for the head, which are broken up into 2 pieces. Remember that we have a solid piece, so that's what these 2 pieces will go on. And then the shield is broken up into 2 pieces for the both the front, but for the top and bottom portion for the shield. And then we have the mouth and various other pieces for the tops of the hands for this unit. So it's looking really nice overall. Additionally, we have our PVC joints, which are a nice reddish color. So I'm assuming because this is red, this is going to be more towards the translucent red parts that these are going to be going into. Again, it's PVC, very flexible, so do be careful when cutting these out. Just to make sure, because I've cut some too short one time and I had to figure out how to get them to work. So, but overall it has really nice. You're probably not going to use all of them, but I would always keep them just in case if you mess up, you have spares. And last but not least, we have the most tiniest little thing, and that is basically we have a small little sticker sheet of the Gundam's eyes, and there we go. So you can see there's the Gundam eyes and 2 green spots. Those are mostly going to be for the front of the head for its front and back sensor. I would actually recommend using a Gundam marker to paint those on. And then we have various white pieces, stickers here. Again, I would highly recommend possibly painting whatever these go to. So that is this kit for the Gundam Unicorn. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed this unboxing of the Gundam Unicorn. This one was actually kind of in my backlog collection, so I'm actually doing a major project with trying to build every single scale and variant of Gundam Unicorn, since I have from the SD, the ones that had the action pack where you can add a little bit more effects. I have the 1/100 high grade. I also have the real grade, which is right here. and Next Edition Andrew that I will also do a review. And then I also have the 148 scale, 160th scale, and I already have a 1/100 scale built, so those were all the... I'm trying to do a cool kind of project to try and showcase the different scales and variety of Gundams that you can possibly build. So look forward to how well that project turns out. But overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. These are really fun videos going over and talking about Gundams themselves and which ones to look forward to or what to expect when building these models. I've been building for quite a long time, so I'm hoping these videos are really helpful for picking out the right Gundam that you would want to start building. This one, with how many parts you have, I would highly recommend this one for even novice beginners, because there isn't that many parts to this model kit. So I highly recommend this one. It's a really fun one. It's actually pretty dang big for in scale compared to a lot of other Gundams, because in the Gundam lore, this one is by far the tallest Gundam out of most of all the ones, unless you're talking about like the mobile armors that go around them. But for the basic suit, this is actually a pretty big robot. So again, if you like this type of content, please leave a like and subscribe right here or maybe over here. So again, the more subscribers I get, the more content that I will be able to create and help out more modelers. So definitely please like and subscribe. If you have any recommendations for any models, because I have a huge backlog of models from Universal Century to even Macross, and even Build Fighters, and a whole bunch of other ones, even from Neo Genesis, Evangelion, which I'll probably be doing some of those in a later video. Please let me know which kind of series you want to be reviewed for a lot of Bandai kits that have been released, because Bandai has been doing a pretty good job looking at non-Gundam model kits lately. So if you have any suggestions or recommendations that you want to be featured here, please leave it in the comment section down below. And with that, I will see you guys in the next episode and beyond.